Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to go over variant 5 chapter 3.1. First we'll look at each path one by one, and then we'll go over the gameplay of the tricky fights. So let's start off with the first path here. This one is not that difficult. It has limber and flux dispersal. So the way the flux node works is every time you hit they gain a charge which reduces your damage, but you can reset it with a heavy attack, and it has limber, so either you can punish heavy attacks with your heavy attack, or like if you have a Dr. Doom then it's fine, you can just have the passive stun still work. And the path itself is pretty easy, it doesn't have any tough defenders in my opinion. So it could be like if you have a Dr. Doom, then in my opinion this is the easiest path if you are going for completion. The second path here is the toughest in my opinion. It has Spider-Man, which is really easy if you have a Venom, you have nothing to worry about here. But then this Modoc is really annoying. I used Dr. Doom here because I didn't have better counter, but I'm sure there are, but it's still a really annoying fight. Then this Nova, I run path 5. I'm really used to fighting Nova with Dr. Doom on ebb and flow intercept, so this was pretty easy, but it could be a tricky fight. Then Tigra and Black Widow are both really new characters. People are not familiar with their animations, and that could make this tougher than it actually is. So definitely recommend dueling before going into these fights. And then we have Wasp, who isn't too bad, I guess. If you have, I use Venom here, I think, but overall this path is harder than other. This one is also really easy because of life transfer. Otherwise, defender wise, it has some tough defenders like Dormammu, Emma Frost, Guillotine 2099, but because of the life transfer, it's really easy for the most part. For this Emma Frost, I used Symbiote Supreme. You can use Sorcerer Supreme, you can use Symbiote Spider-Man. All of them have armor breaks, and I'm sure some other characters can also do armor breaks, but all Symbiote Supreme is really good for this. And then we have the final path. It has redouble determination and backup recovery. So the Sentinel is a long fight, but not that difficult. Name was pretty easy. For this you might want to remove willpower. I didn't, it worked fine. It's not that difficult. And then Night Thrasher, and yeah, other than that, the hardest fight here is probably the Warlock and the Sentinel. Maybe some people can face problems against this Mysterio. It was pretty easy with Doom, he didn't throw any specials. And then this final Spider-Man boss, so if you have a Venom, he won't evade, it's fine, but the special one will do a lot of block damage. It is a variant fight. It is he does have 66,000 PI, and Symbiote Supreme in my opinion is the best option for this. You can use magic and completely power lock this once you get to the SP2 and power lock him, then he wouldn't evade. But Symbiote Supreme, I just tanked special attacks with him in his armor phase, and with the bleeds and stuff he was doing a lot of damage. But any character can technically work for this. So let's jump on to the gameplay now. And we're back now. So the first fight we're going to see here is this Modoc. This is the hardest fight of this chapter in my opinion, and I tried a bunch of characters here. First I used Dr. Doom. I went for the SP3 usual rotation, but the thing that was happening is that he was auto blocking me, which is fine, he doesn't parry, but it was ruining my medium light medium rotation, and I got hit by SP3. So I tried some different characters. I tried bringing someone who doesn't have a class disadvantage. So I tried Venom and Spider-Gwen, and they were Venom was 6-star rank 1, Spider-Gwen was rank 4 5-star, and just the block damage in general, I wasn't able to solo this, so I backed out. It's just a second fight of a path, and the first one is just a Spider-Man, so with Venom that's really easy. So then I took Dr. Doom again and tried a different strategy. So I thought that I would just forget about the Fury thing. I'll just go for SP1s and SP2s, and the SP2 will be unblockable because I'll have the aura on, which will also get rid of the auto block. And this strategy worked pretty well. The first time I tried it, I make a mistake here. but other than that, like, it's definitely a soloable fight. I did go on to solo this here, as you will see in a second here. But just be careful. It's just that with class disadvantage and Modoc and some nodes, it is slightly annoying. But the thing I really like about this variant is that I am 100% done with it while I'm recording this. Like, the last video was literally the opening the rewards, but I didn't find a single fight in this that was not soloable, and that just make a huge difference. Like, other variants, of course, technically, if you are skilled enough, you can solo everything, but here, even if you are not the best at the game, you have a decent roster. Like, you can definitely aim for completion, and the reward structure is pretty decent for that. So here we're going to go for SP2, which will, I think, finish off this fight. And it was a really long one. After this, we're going to speed things up a little because I don't want the video to be too long. And the second fight here is going to be this Nova. As I said before, I'm really confident while fighting Nova. As you can see, I don't have that much health, but I still went in without healing up Doom. And the reason for that is, like, I take Path 5 in Alliance War with the Ebb and Flow Nova, and I use Dr. Doom only, so I'm really comfortable with this fight. I'm built up to the second Fury, which was a little bit of overkill. Like, before I get to the SP1, he's down. So yeah, then this Tigra is not difficult, but her special attacks, they are really long. They could be unblockable. If you are trapped up against a corner, then there's a pretty good chance that you'll get that you'll make a mistake. Heavy attack, like, it's just that her animations are pretty new, and that alone can make this really hard. And then we have this Black Widow Deadly Origin. Same thing with her. Like, the only thing that's tough with her is the like, new abilities, new character, new animations. And then we have the Sentinel, who is a different story altogether. Like, we are 114 hits in. This is a ridiculously long fight, but it's not that hard if you are good at evading Sentinel's special attacks. And overall, basically, whatever you do, he will get 200 analysis charges, and eventually, as soon as he gets 200 analysis charges, you start doing a lot less damage. Here with Emma Frost, I'm going to bait this SP2, I think, and then because we are in the going to be in the mode where we do armor break on the SP2, this worked out really well. And now we're going to go for the SP2 again. It puts even more armor breaks on, and look, we are doing some really solid damage, gaining a lot of power. So overall, he just makes this fight so much easier. Another option could be Venom with his heavy attacks, and he would probably work really well as well, but Symbiote Supreme can definitely do this. And then we have this Guillotine 2099. This is the life transfer lane. I really like this lane because of the life transfer. Like, I reached the boss with almost full health with most of my characters here, even though the paths were pretty difficult, like, characters wise. But here, like, she didn't even go invisible for some reason, and this was just really easy with Dr. Doom. We're going to go for the SP2 again, and that will finish off the fight. And now finally we have this Symbiote Supreme final boss, and we're going to use our Symbiote Spidey final boss. We're going to use Symbiote Supreme for it, and you're going to see why he's so good. Like, look at the bleed damage we're doing now, and yeah, he's gaining a lot of power, but we don't even care about it. We just straight up push him to this SP3. I was thinking that the bleed damage might just kill him. He was at 1%. He threw his SP3. You think that I die here, but I won't, because Symbiote Supreme can tank SP3s like a champion. And he goes down. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and stay safe. Bye bye.